Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach +1 accountancy lesson 3, prime entry, books of prime entry. Okay, books of prime entry, lesson number 3, books of prime entry. In this books of prime entry, I already teach you what do you mean by source documents. Source documents means how we are recording the accounts based on the journal entries. Based on the journal entries, we need some proofs, that is cash voucher, credit note, debit note, bank pay-in slip, etc. So with these helps only we should enter the transaction in our accountancy notebook. Based on that only we have to record the accounts in our accountancy notebook. So that is called source documents. So those all are called source documents. That is the authentic evidence of books of accounts. So these source documents are the authentic evidence of our books of accounts. Next, after the source documents, I teach you there are two approaches of accounting. In this there are two approaches. One is accounting equation approach and another one is traditional approach. Listen students, there are two approaches. One is accounting equation approach and another one is traditional approach. These are the two ways to record our business transaction. Let us see accounting equation approach. So the first approach is called accounting equation approach. Under this, the formula is assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. This is called accounting equation approach. Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. Accounting equation approach. Based on this, in examination they will ask 2 more questions or 3 more questions. See here 3 items are there. One is assets, another one is capital and another one is drawing or liabilities. When we add to these items, that is capital and liabilities, it is equal to assets. So in questions they will give assets. For example, 10,000 is assets. Asset value is 10,000. That is equal to capital 7,500 means liabilities question mark. This will come in 2 marks as missing figure. Here the missing figure is what? Liabilities. How to find out this liabilities? From 10,000 we deduct this 7,500, we will get the balance 2,500. Okay. From 10,000 you deduct the 7,500, you will get the balance 2,500. So that is the liabilities value. For this you will get 1 mark. Okay. They will miss any one of the item among the 3. Sometimes they will give like this. Dash is equal to 25,000 capital, 35,000 liabilities. Then what is assets? Very simple. Just we add both these things, will get the assets. So 25,000 plus 35,000 is equal to 60,000. So this is missing figure. So in first sum they left liabilities. How to find out the liabilities? From the assets we deduct the capital, we'll get the liabilities. Here the second sum they missed out the assets. How to find out the assets? When we adding capital with the liabilities, we'll get the assets. The third one is they will give asset. For example, 80,000 is assets. Okay, capital is dash plus liabilities is 25,000. Now we have to find out the capital. If suppose if they given the assets means they want to find out the capital or liabilities means we have to deduct that item either capital or liabilities from the assets. Like that, here the asset value is 80,000. We want to know the capital value. So what we have to do, from 80,000 we must deduct the liabilities value. So assets minus liabilities, that is 80,000 minus 25,000 will get capital. 80 minus 25 which is equal to 55,000. Understood or not? Understood or not? This is very important. 2 more questions in our example. Some example also will available in our textbook, example sum, and as well as exercises also 3 sums are there. So you please do the homework. At last I will tell you. Okay. So this is the way you have to find out the missing figure. This is called what? The question is called missing figure. Missing figure. The question is called missing figure. So any one of the item they will not give. So you have to find out based on this formula. Okay. So this is the formula. This is the sum. Now based on the same assets is equal to capital and plus liabilities, we will do one more sum, that is called accounting equation approach. So 3 mark sums or 5 mark sums. How? That is, we have to tally this assets is equal to capital plus liabilities with a given transaction. So they will give 2 or 3 transactions or 4 or 5 transactions. So what we have to do, we have to find out what are the assets and what are the liabilities available from that particular transaction. So based on that we have to fix this equation. Okay, they will give the transaction. Based on the transaction we have to prove this equation. What equation? Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. Understood or not? Okay, so shall we do the sum? Yes. Take example. Yes, take example illustration 2, page number 37. It is new textbook. So please, from the new textbook, I will teach you the illustration 2, page number 37. Okay, page number 37, illustration 2. I am going to teach you. Okay, listen. Yes. This sum is called accounting equation. So already you know what is accounting equation. Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. Here some transaction they have given. I'll read the transaction. Page number 37, illustration 2. Show the accounting equation on the basis of the following transactions for Rani, who is dealing in automobiles. Listen carefully. So they have given some transaction. Based on this transaction we have to prove. Show means we have to prove. What we have to prove? That accounting equation. What accounting equation? Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. That equation we should prove with these transactions. The given transaction. Based on the transaction we have to prove that accounting equation. For that what we have to do means, first actually what is the accounting equation? Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. We must find out what are the assets, what are the liabilities. Okay, so first we have to find out from these transactions. What are the assets? Assets means what? Cash in hand, cash at bank, machinery, furniture, stock. Here they will use goods, purchase of goods, sale of goods. Here the goods they are using means that goods is commonly called stock. Okay, stock is nothing but goods in our sum. Okay, so what are the assets? Cash in hand. Whatever the cash, business cash we are having in our hand, that is called cash in hand. That is also asset. Cash at bank. Some of the amount we will deposit it into the bank. That is called cash at bank. That is also asset. Stock. Our business goods are stock. Okay, that is our asset. Machinery. We are purchasing machinery for our business. Asset. Car, motor car, furniture, everything is asset only. And sundry debtors. Sundry debtors or debtors is also asset because we are selling some goods to our customer for credit basis. Okay. When he will pay, so that is credit basis means he will pay later only. Till then we are calling him as debtor because you have to collect the amount what you have sold to him. So till the amount recovered from him, we are calling him debtor. So debtor also amount receivable from the debtors is our current asset. So here what are the assets? Cash in hand, cash at bank, or sometimes they will use only cash, bank, machinery, furniture, then stock and debtors. So these all are commonly these all are called assets. Okay, capital. Capital is liability because we are contributing amount into the business. That is called what? Capital. What is liability? Is whatever the amount we are giving from the business, we have to give. Means what? For example, you are borrowing the loan from the bank. It means you have to repay. It must. So who is banker is a liability. Okay, bank loan, you are availing the loan. No, that loan is called what? Liability. You have to repay to the bank. So that loan is called liability. Then creditors, sundry debtors. The opposite of sundry debtors is called sundry creditor. Who is sundry creditor? He is the person who is supplying the goods to the businessman. Okay, for credit. So till we repay the money, he is called a creditor because he gave the goods for credit. So creditor means we have to pay. Debtor means the customer have to pay. That is we have to receive. Creditor means we have to pay. So that is why it is called a liability. Okay. So under liability, maximum two items will come here. One is creditor and another one is what? Bank loan. Then the common thing is capital. So these three items comes in the right side. That is capital, loan, creditor. Loan and creditor will classify in liabilities. And assets, I have told 5 or 6 items now. So we have to check whether what are the items available here. That is, what are the assets, each and every transaction. Definitely 2 aspects will be there. Definitely 2 items will be there. That items may be 2 assets, maybe 2 liabilities, or 1 asset, 1 liability. That we have to check each and every transaction. We have to note it down also. Based on the noting down all the assets and liabilities given of given transaction, then we will start the sum. Okay, first I will read the transaction one by one. We have to find out what are the assets and the liabilities available in the each and every transaction. First transaction, started business with cash, rupees 80,000. Started business with the cash, rupees 80,000. It's here in this transaction what we understand, that is amount invested in the business as capital. Started business is nothing but capital contributed in form of cash. So here there are 2 items are there. One is starting business is nothing but capital. So here capital is one item and cash is another item. Okay, one cash is there, that is one asset is there, capital, one liability is there. Please note it down. Please note it down in pencil. First transaction having one capital, one asset. That is one liability, capital. Asset is what? That is cash. Okay, come to the second transaction. Goods bought on credit from Ramesh, rupees 10,000. It means we purchase. Goods bought means we purchase the goods. Purchase the goods is nothing but commonly called stock. Stock is what? Asset. Goods is nothing but asset. So stock. So here stock is there. Then you purchase the goods from Ramesh for credit. It means you have to repay. Then who is called Ramesh? Ramesh is the supplier. So supplier is nothing but creditor. So we have to pay 10,000 to Ramesh. So Ramesh is creditor. So here creditor one liability and goods, that is stock in one asset. Please note it down. Stock one asset is there. One liability is called Ramesh. You just put liability, that is creditor. You put creditor because Ramesh is creditor here. So creditor and one asset is stock. So two items are available. Third question. Purchased furniture for cash. Here see clearly mentioned here furniture. Furniture is asset. Cash is also asset. Two items. Furniture and cash. Next. Paid creditors by cash. That is you purchase the goods from Ramesh. No. Ramesh is our creditor. Actually we purchased goods from Ramesh for 10,000 rupees. Now we are repaying only 8,000. So here creditor is there and cash is there. Creditor one liability is there. Cash one asset is there. Note it down. Next. Purchased goods for cash. Purchased goods means nothing but stock. Stock purchased for cash. Okay, so here stock one item is there, cash one item is there. Last item paid by rent. Paid rent by cash. Rent is nothing but, okay, expenses. If any expenses given in accounting equation, it will give the effect only in capital. We have to reduce the capital. Please note it down. Any expenses given in accounting equation, it must be, that is, it is directly affected only capital. So here capital one item and cash is another item. Now what are the assets so far in this transaction? We have seen cash, stock, furniture. Only three assets we have seen here. One is cash, another one is stock, another one is furniture. What are the liabilities? Capital, because he contributed capital. Capital one liability and creditor is another liability. Okay, so now what we have to do? We have to start the sum. Okay, so first you have to put in the books of Rani. In the books of Rani, accounting equation. See, this is the topic. It should be centered. Okay, this is the topic in the books of Rani, because we are going to prepare Rani's accounts only. So books of Rani, accounting equation. Okay, the first column is called transaction. Okay, first column is called transaction and second column is equation. Assets is equal to capital plus, here liability is only one item, that is called creditor. So you just directly mention in the place of liabilities, you mention creditor. In this sum only creditor is there, no, that's what. But here cash is here assets is three assets are there. So below the assets we have to mention cash one column, then stock another column, third one is furniture. Okay, so you just now here you put capital plus creditors. Assets is equal to capital plus creditors. That is liabilities. In the place of liabilities, in this sum one creditor is there. That's what I mentioned here, creditor. Now, under the assets, you put cash, stock, furniture. Whatever the assets available in this sum, that only you have to mention. Here, capital plus creditors. Okay, in the center you put assets is equal to capital plus creditors. Under the asset, you mention what are the assets available in this sum. Okay, so now what we have to do? What we have to do? That is, the first transaction is what? Started business with cash. Number one, started business with cash. So I told you here started business is nothing but capital and the cash is cash. That is, they have invested capital in the form of cash. How much? Rupees 80,000. So here you put equal under the cash 80,000. This cash is equal to like capital. So under the capital you put 80,000. So contributed capital 80,000. It is equivalent to cash. Okay, both the places 180,000. Here 180,000. Now you just put one underline. Now you brought forward this 80,000 come here as 80,000. Here nothing, here nothing, here also same 80,000, here dash. You just carry forward. Now you write the second transaction. What is the second transaction? Goods bought for credit. Second transaction is goods bought for credit. Goods is nothing but stock. How much? Rupees 10,000. So under the stock you put 10,000. That is, you purchased for credit. Credit means creditors. Okay, credit means creditors. Creditors is rupees 10,000. Now after completing the entry, you just added this. You have to take this column only. 80,000. Come forward. Take forward. Here only 10,000. Here nothing. Here 80. Only 80. You have to take this 80 only. 80,000. And here 10,000. What is the third journal entry? Purchased for furniture for cash. Third. Purchased furniture. So it means purchased furniture how much? 6,000 rupees. So you take the 6,000 under the furniture. When you buy the furniture, you need some cash now. That cash you are taking from the cash. Okay, you are taking some cash, 6,000 cash, and you bought furniture. So furniture comes 6,000. So when you buy the furniture, automatically your cash will be reduced. Okay, so from take cash only you reduce take 6,000. No, so 80,000 minus 6,000. So 80 minus 6, 74,000. Here 10,000. Here 6,000. Here 80,000. Here 10,000. Okay. See, just to add all the asset details. 74 plus 10, 84. 84 plus 6 is 90. Liability side. 80 plus 10, 90. Definitely the asset should be equal to liabilities. Now, what is the fourth one? Paid creditors by cash. Fourth one is paid creditors by cash. It means you are taking some cash from cash and you are paid to creditors. It means cash will also reduce. Creditors also will reduce because you are paying creditors now. Out of 10, you have to pay 10,000 to creditor. Now you are paying some 8,000 rupees. So creditors will be reduced. In same manner, in cash also reduced because you are taking cash only. No, from cash only you are taking 8,000. So here minus 8,000. Same in liabilities, creditors also minus 8,000. 74 minus 8, 66,000. 10,000. 6,000. Here 80,000. Here 2,000. Okay. Now what is the next entry? The next entry is purchased goods for cash. Fifth entry is purchased goods for cash. It means you are purchasing some stock for cash. Then you are taking some cash. Now you are purchasing the stock. So then cash will be reduced. How much? Cash is 2,000 rupees. So minus 2,000. You are taking 2,000 and purchasing stock. So plus 2,000. Okay, you understood or not? You are taking 2,000 rupees from the cash. You are purchasing stock. So stock will be increased, cash will be decreased. That's what I put minus 2,000. Okay. So 66 minus 2, 64,000. 12,000. 6,000. Here 80,000. Here 2,000. Okay. The last entry is paid rent by cash. How much paid rent? Rent is rupees 500. See, it will give the effect only in capital and cash. You are paying rent means cash will be reduced. Likewise, your capital will also reduce. Any expenses will given in the transaction means you give the effect only in capital. Cash means cash. Okay. So now your cash is reduced minus 500 because you are paying rent. No, here minus 500. Likewise, in capital also minus 500. That's all. Now you just add it. 63,500, 12,000, 6,000, 79,500 and 2,000. So our rule is what? Our rule is, please listen, assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. No, assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. Now you just add all the asset details. 63,500 plus 12,000, 75,500. 75,500 plus 6, 81,500. So in asset side 81,500. Come to the liability side. 79,500 plus 2,000 is equal to 81,500. So 81,500. So assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. Now yeah, it's tallying. Our equation is correct. So as per the accounting equation, asset should be equal to capital plus liability. When we adding all the assets, it is equal to capital plus liability. At last you put here equation. This is 3 marks or 5 mark sums. Please note it down carefully. I will give some sums as homework from our textbook. Please note it down and do as your homework. Okay. See, come to the page number, our textbook, new textbook page number 59. Page number 59. Question number 1 and 2. Question number 1 and 2 is homework. Okay. So, do the homework and submit your classwork to our school office. Okay. Thank you.